how can we be owing employees such a colossal amount of money? Chief?
Chair, whatever is appearing here, mostly it's the unremitted pension to the pension companies, and there is a provision in the budget of about 225 that will be paid. You know, we inherited some unremitted pension, but we are paying gradually until we complete. We had an agreement with the lab fund and lab trust. We agreed to pay within 3 years to complete the date.
When you talk of unremitted pension, can you paint for us a picture? Is this historical, or this is something that is building up every other month?
It is historical.
Auditor General, do you have a view? Because we really would want to know, what is this 549 million? Because there's some very criminal things that counties are doing. They are deducting money from employees and not remitting to the relevant institutions. And we must call it for what it is. You are stealing from your employees. You are also stealing from yourselves. And we need to properly drill down these numbers to be sure that this 549 is not something that is happening every other month. Oeji, do you have those figures, or it's something that we might need to analyze further?
We need to give us time to do further analysis. We don't have that evidence.
But Governor, in terms of practice,
yes, sir.
Are you up to date on your remittances to statutory or on statutory contributions?
We are up to date. What we are dealing with is 2020, 2021, and partly 2022.
Have you paid gratuities to staff of the former administration, those who ought to have been paid gratuities?
Chair, we have not paid to all of them. There is a balance of there's a balance that is still hanging. That
Why?
We have.
Why? Because gratuity, the assumption is, as you process an employee's salary, there is an element that is supposed to go to an account, just like deposits and retentions, in the ideal case, so that when an employee exits service, they should not come begging.
Chair, from July 2023, we are current, but we are dealing with the previous non-remittance, which we are repaying.
No. What is the reason for not paying gratuity? Because someone rendered service, some deductions were being made towards that employee's gratuity. What would be the reason why 3 years down the line you have not finalized payment of those obligations?
Chair, it's because of the budgetary provisions that we have. We may not be able.
What budgetary provision? Because gratuity cannot be something outstanding. When you process salary for that month, isn't there something that is deposited, ideally should be deposited into an account to pay for gratuity?
Chair, essentially what is supposed to happen, a salary is a package. You are supposed to pay someone's net, you are supposed to remit the NSSF, NHIF, the pension schemes, and that's what we are doing currently. But previously, when we came to the office, we found that there was a lot of money that had not been remitted, but we are trying to clear it.
Just specifically, because Governor, I just want to take an example of how you are mistreating your employees. how counties are mistreating the people who work for them. Now, you have the unique situation of being you are out of the county for 5 years. I hope that the people who served with you in your first term, their gratuities were paid. Were they paid?
Those are tutors of the vocational training centers, and those are teachers of ECD on contract for 2014, and by 2017 they were confirmed to permanent. Okay, and they are asking, and those others are the UHC guys who were on contract earlier and then transferred into permanent. They're asking, and you remember the UHC matter at the Senate, they are keeping asking, where is their gratuity? So this matter spans as far as 2014, coming to where we are. So I think you should be in a position to advise His Excellency of the gratuity that we owe the workers of Bungoma, and therefore give us a way forward on how we are going to sort out this matter of gratuity.
And let me also point out that the control of budget is sitting here. In principle, the control of budget is not going to approve your supplementary budget because that expenditure had already been approved. Governor, you see the difficulty you have. That at that time, whether you are sitting in the Senate or somewhere else, your officers made a requisition that included all these things. Then it was not done. If you go back to the control of budget to approve the same expenditure, she will reject it, and we support her. So how do we get out of this hole?
Chair.
Senator Cherage, maybe so that the governor
Maybe, Chair, on the issue of statutory reduction of 549 million, I'm worried when the OAG says they need to go back, because I think we need to make a resolution and order for investigation and prosecution by EACC, because that is theft. When you deduct, because this the statutory deduction as provided by the law, Chair, when you deduct the money and then you don't remit, that is stealing. So what we should be recommending as a committee, this 549 million that is on the books of financial statements of county is for investigation and prosecution for the officers concerned, because if I take the money that belongs to the employees and I don't remit to the statutory bodies, it is stealing. Even if you want to gloss it with different words, and I can see the bishop is smiling, gracious, accepting that even God does not agree with such way of stealing. So, Chair, let us recommend that the EACC picks up this matter of 549 million, prosecute individuals that took the remittance of the employees. Then this matter, the people will be held accountable as properly as it should be, Chair.
Yeah, individuals should be investigated and prosecuted. But people who offered service must be paid. Yeah?
Yes, Chair.
Senator Wakoli, then go on record, Senator Ambua, then we give the governor.
I want to ask, because our good chief officer, through the governor, knows that this matter of these amounts has been the talk of the town. And my good MCAs are here. I want, through the chair, to allow them to make a statement on this grievous matter, because these monies are appropriated at the county assembly. And if monies are being paid that people don't understand, then people must be courageous enough to either resign or be apprehended, because the people of Bungoma need this money for development. We can't be paying debts for what we don't know. So through the chair, those young men, MCAs, are able to shed light from the ground so that the people of Bungoma and the country understand the predicament they go through to pass such figures in the county assembly.
Senator Ambua, go on record.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Senator Enoch Wambua from. Just make a comment on what I found you deliberating on, I hear two things. One, money has been requisitioned from the controller of budget, and money has been released, and money has been deducted for statutory remittances, but the remittance has not been made. Is a serious matter. I mean, I would rather have a conversation about the money was never received, and so he paid salary minus the statutory deductions. But if the money was actually deducted and not remitted, then there is a serious problem. But I will find my balance as we go on.
Fine. Governor?
Yeah, I want to agree. Like we have said, I'm up to date. And I want to support. If somebody did not pay, just take action. I support that fully. Because I agree with you that if somebody has worked and the money was deducted and they never paid, those who did not pay are alive. They can be prosecuted. I support that provision, because from where I sit and the report I have, we are up to date. And even in our supplementary budget, we have given a provision of 130,500,000 towards paid, and they worked and was not remitted. I support the decision of the Senate. Thank you, Chair.
Now, Governor, you are not also helping us because, yes, we can pursue the investigation and prosecution, but someone somewhere is getting auctioned. Someone somewhere, the children cannot go to school because the SACCO contributions were not sent, or that the loan repayment was not sent, or that the premium for the individual education plan was not remitted.
Chair, so what do you want me to do? I have said I am up to date. I have said the Senate's decision to follow those who never did what they were supposed to do is right. That is the much I can do, so that they serve as an example of those who don't do the right thing.
Governor, to that extent, we're on the same page.
Yes.
Think about your employees.
I am.
You don't just tell us, you pursue those people and investigate them and prosecute them.
Chair.
I am giving you a live example. And you know, you are making people not want to work for county governments. Because if you're going to work for a county government and collectively 549 million is owed to you and the people you work with, money that was taken from you, it's not like these employees paid themselves that amount. Money that was taken from the coffers, the control of budget has approved that requisition. And then collectively 549 million is not attributed to the respective employees. Yes, we shall recommend investigations. We shall recommend prosecution. But you are going back to Bungoma. What action are you going to do to make sure that this 549 million that is verifiable is released to the staff?
Chair,
because that is your job. And that's why you left us in the Senate to go back to the county.
Chair, I hope you are not just addressing me, because I've said I am up to date. Whatever that we are talking about was done when I was not there. But of course, I'm the one in the office at the moment. So as far as I'm concerned, I am up to date, and I agree with you. We are on the same page, like you have said, that we must pay, and that's why I've made sure that my officers pay, and that's why we're up to date. And we have given a provision of 130,500,000 for any outstanding that will still be there to be able to sort it out. So we are on the same page. I agree that it's not fair.
Okay, Senator Dulo, then Senator.
Yeah, I just want to ask Governor. You are saying this matter was for previous regime. When you Thank you.
Chair, I totally agree.
Governor, just a minute. First, listen to the senators.
Chair, I thank you. Governor, my speaker, I find myself in a very awkward situation. Because there's admission on your part that there is money owed to employees. And that money is owed to employees by the county government of Bungoma. Now, governments exist in perpetuity. So, I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of your workers. I took a loan from a SACCO. Both the contribution to the SACCO was not limited. I used to contribute pay as you earn. That was not being remitted. So now a new administration comes into office, and I'm supposed to do what? Because if the administration then says it wasn't me, so now what? What are these employees supposed to do? Who is supposed to pay them? You can't tell them to go and follow the governor that was there or the administration that was there. They are still, some of them are still working with you, others may perhaps have retired. What do we do, Governor? What do we do?
Chair, thank you so much. That's why I did say that even the lab fund and lab trust went and negotiated with them because we also did not understand why the previous administration was not paying. So we agreed on a formula of how much we shall be remitting towards that to just clear that. But like I'm saying, my administration has been remitting and we are up to date. So whatever else that is still there, we're going to see that we pay, and that's why we have given that provision in that supplementary that was approved. We are sorry about it, but again, this should not be happening. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, we need to make our recommendation. Senator Wakoli.
Thank you, Chair. On this matter, I want, Chair, you'll give direction on what I'm going to say. So these monies are being paid, fine. We are being told is monies either of the former regime, fine. But I want, through the wisdom of the Chair, to get now the real figures per financial year that we are covering. Right, Chair? With their data, their information.
forensic audit, first to determine the aging of the accumulated figure of 549. By doing that, you will determine which year these figures start accumulating. Then you will determine who are these officers that were in the office. You are not narrowing it down to the person now to crack the whip. Who will start taking money or making the monies of the Bungoma County employees. Then by doing that, you now come up with the specific officers that are supposed to be surcharged. Then after that, I think EACC can come in. If you cannot handle it as our governor, then EACC, you task EACC to come in. They will list those officers basing on the age analysis and those people who are occupying the office. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Control of budget.
Thank you, Chair. I'll just want to ask a question to the county to respond on the issue where I'm looking at the financials for the executive. I can see their trade payables value of 4,469,000,000 as a trade payable. That is for the financial year 24-25. That is at the end of June. Now, on the same, the figure that the controller has for your pending bill is 3.5 B. That is bringing a difference of close to 1 B. What will be the cause of that?
Governor?
Thank you, Chair. The figure that we have for trade payables is what is indicated in the financial statements. The report from the COB, probably, Chair, request if we can be given time to look at it.
Yeah, because if you have 4.4 sitting in your balance sheet, then it should not differ with what the control of budget has. Now, let's give the... Ogashanja, you wanted to respond?
Chair, this figure from the COB is the basis on which a payment plan was submitted. So, it means the figure of 4.4B is way above the payment plan submitted to COB.
Now, we have to agree on how to deal with this matter. We have general recommendations that the Senate made. There's a motion that was processed by the House in the last session. Was it last session or the... Yeah, in the last session. And that motion was communicated to all county governments. That should be the basis upon which we see action from the part of the county governments. But we want to narrow down on staff payables. Ideally, the county government should not owe staff anything because you always requisition the gross amount. If you requisition the gross amount and the employee is paid net, the difference between gross and net, if it cannot be found, that is theft. That has been stolen from the employee, has been stolen from the government. And such thieves should be, I think there must be a special place for people who steal from employees. It's like drinking porridge meant for the child. You know, it's very, very unkind. So we want to ask the Auditor General perhaps to do a deeper analysis on the 549 million. Let us get an aging of the 549 million, including details for us to know whether these relate to tax, they relate to SACCOs, they relate to pensions. What specific deductible is this that has not been remitted? On that basis, we will be able to confirm what the governor is saying, whether it's true. Because if there's nothing between 0 to 2 years, then it means it's current. But if we still see these things coming up, then it means that the theft is going on under his administration. This is something you can do within the next 7 days so that when we do our report to the House, we are able to attach that schedule. Is that possible?
That's possible, Chair.
So, Chair, sorry to cut you
short.
Senator, can we do for the 47 counties, because many counties are actually facing similar problem?
So, Patrick, this should be a standard test in all the counties where there's something appearing as staff payable?
I'll communicate immediately.
Okay.
Chair,
Senator Wakoli?
because of the seriousness of this matter, let Bungoma be a pilot county where you do this exercise so that no, allow me to express myself. Because this is the first time we are getting a platform to dissect this grievous issue. So, and we want to handle it so that when we deal with the others, the workers of this country on county governments must have trust and confidence in the Senate and in their senators. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, for the benefit of my colleague from Bungoma, Senator Wakoli, in fact, this is a problem across the country. As you know, Nairobi is holding the highest amount of pending bills of over 100 billion. Kenyan shillings, and almost half of that is money that is owed to pension funds. We have even staff from Nairobi City Water Company who were in my office over December, Chair, over the same issues, and we need to sit down and find a solution. So we have no problem putting Bungoma there, number one, but your problems are similar to the problems across the country, so that if this committee is to resolve issues, we need to take an approach that is national. And you will remember, Chair, we in the Senate passed a motion that was sponsored by Senator Osotsi, requiring counties to do something solutions. People are unable to feed their families. People have been locked out of their houses. So it is not something that should be taken lightly, in my view, Chair.
Fine. The amount, I think, what makes it grave is the figure. Do not call it money owed to pension schemes. This is money owed to employees. It's not a third-party thing. It's again. I mean, it's just a basic principle. So, Governor, I think within the COG, this is a conversation that you must have, because if the COB had already the release of gross, we will have a problem with her if she again goes back and authorizes another withdrawal. Yet that 549 million is sitting around with analysis. Now, Governor, we are asking the Auditor General to do that in 7 days, but it depends on the data that you provide them. Can I get the commitment that your officers will provide that data?
They are here. Let them talk for themselves.
Governor, you forget you are the CEO.
And he's the one
you
who took
are
on
the
board.
Chief Executive Officer. This 549 million, if we were to, as you said, start looking for people, we'll start with you. So can you give directions that that information must be provided to the auditor?
Yes, Chair, that's what I'm saying. With my permission, because they're the ones who are going to do the work, I want them to commit themselves so that they're also on record. So that when I say it will be done, they are also on record that they will do it. That's what I'm saying, Chair. So,
okay, who is supposed to do that?
But Chair, just for order and procedure, it is the governor who took an oath. So if
okay.
he says let somebody...
Chair, okay, I will provide.
Yeah, so let's do this within 7 days so that we understand what we are dealing with. Can we then proceed to the next matter, honourable members? Unsupported staff medical insurance costs. It's a long story, even though we had gotten the gist of it. Auditor General, just read it. We get the governor's response. and look at the evidence provided.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Number 3, unsupported staff medical insurance costs. The statement of financial performance reflects use of goods and services expenditure amounting to Kenya shillings 4,155,572,181, which, as disclosed in Note 9 to the financial statements, includes insurance costs amounting to Kenya shillings 231,258,275. Verification of contract documents revealed that the county executive engaged the insurance broker for provision of staff medical insurance cover for 2 years starting 16th February 2023 at a contract sum of Kenya shillings 599,721,288 with a premium amounting to Kenya shillings 299,860,644 per year, for which amount of Kenya shillings 200 million was paid during the year under review. However, management did not provide documents to show the full details of the policy, including list of names of employees covered and the dependents of each employee. In addition, management did not provide evidence of the number and value of claims honored or rejected by the insurance. Also, management did not provide the details of the total payments paid in respect of this contract. Further, management did not provide insurance cover for staff for a period from February to June 2025, thereby exposing them to risk of not having medical attention by health facilities. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of staff medical insurance costs amounting to Kenya shillings 231,258,275 could not be confirmed. Thank you.
Governor, you may respond.
Yes, Chair, through my officer.
Chair, we agree with the audit observation. We did not provide a cover from 16th February 2025. This was caused by budgetary challenges after the cover lapsed. Management has, however, procured a new medical insurer from 1st July 2025 as per the attached policy cover. The new policy aligns the contract period with the financial year to avoid a situation where the cover lapses mid-year. On provision of details of payments, we have provided the details of payments as supported by the IFMIS payment ledger. On full details of the policy, management has provided full details of the policy, including the list of names of employees covered and the age as indicated under
Governor, just describe your Appendix 3B.
Chair, the document you have referred to is dated February 2023. I think that is the expired one by Britain. Yeah? So these are the one that we are seeing here. This is not a policy, this is not an insurance policy. It's a contract with an insurance broker. The first document there, Chair, before the Britain document, the one that is dark, yes. Or is it the same? It can't be. So, Governor, your appendix 3B, first of all, before we go to 3A, what are you trying to demonstrate there? Governor, why are you having difficulties with your documents? I was just asking.
Thank you, Chair. If you allow me, Chair.
Yes.
When we were having the audit verification, we were providing the documents both soft and hard. And this IFMIS ledger we provided in soft.
IFMIS ledger?
Yes, they wanted to know the total payments.
I'm not talking about IFMIS ledger. I'm just asking you to demonstrate to us that yes, this is a policy document for the cover that started on 16 February 2023. You want us to ask you about IFMIS ledgers?
I'm guided, Chair, sorry for that.
So where is it?
Is Chief Evelyn or CC Wamamili?
And it's not a story, you just tell us it's on page XY.
Okay, Chair, the 3B on our report is the IFMIS payment ledger, and also 3B is the policy document. I think it's a matter of a mix-up which our team can just give it right. I'm sorry about that. We have two 3Bs.
Yeah, we are the one that is a policy document by Britain.
Yes.
That's the 3B we are talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our team can just provide it.
What do you mean by provide it? We are saying we can see it. We want to know what this document is.
That is the first medical cover, Karen Direct Brokers.
Who is providing this medical cover? Who is the underwriter?
Britam.
So what is the role of Karen?
Karen are the brokers. They're the ones who do it on behalf of Britam.
So in terms of procurement, what were you procuring? A broker or an underwriter?
We were procuring medical services, Chair. A medical insurance, sorry.
Medical insurance?
Yes, Chair.
And medical insurance services are offered by underwriters?
They are offered by underwriters.
A broker is an intermediary?
An intermediary, yes.
So Chair. Again, in terms of calling for proposals, were you asking for proposals from underwriters, from intermediaries, or from anybody?
We did a procurement for medical insurance, and some people tendered in there.
So typically, when
yes.
you have an underwriter or a policy document with an underwriter, the intermediary is named because it is the underwriter who pays the intermediary.
Yes.
It's not the client.
Yes.
In this policy document with Britain, where has the intermediary been identified?
The intermediary is Karen Direct Brokers.
Where is it identified in the policy document? The policy document has all those terms, including, because the underwriter will be paying some 10% to the intermediary. So that must form part of that contract.
It was signed in the service level agreement, Chair.
Where is it?
If it is not, if you don't have it, I can avail it on
How
soft copy.
how does Britam know that we are going to pay commission to Karen if it is not captured in the policy terms?
It is captured under a service level agreement.
A service level
Agreement. It's called an SLA.
Governor, I spent many years in the insurance industry, so I understand these things. The policy document must mention the intermediary, because the intermediary is going to be paid a commission. It cannot be an SLA. In fact, this is not a policy document. I know the systems that Britam uses. It's a system called AIMS. I spent many years developing that system. This is not a policy document. Auditor, you must demand a policy document that is system generated, that provides visibility, because this one with signatures at the end. This one is just a contract.
You're right, Chair.
Yeah, even on the cover it's written contract. So it's a contract, right?
Yeah, because a policy document, I'm trying to link Britam and Karen. So what's your officer says it's in an SLA. When was the SLA signed?
It was signed at the same time. It was as a contract with Karen Direct Brokers. So an SLA was signed now by Britam, who are the underwriters.
Can your
It's a
lawyer-
contract.
Even in this contract with Karen Direct Insurance Brokers, is the medical insurance services provider identified? Is there anywhere in this document that makes reference to Britam?
Yes.
Can you point us to the page?
Yeah, let's establish that link.
Chair, because of the time and the copy I have before me is a bit blurred, can I just request for time
If you
to
can't
get
read
it?
your copy, what do you think we'll make of what you have brought to us? Governor, we are querying a lot of money here. 599 million. 599 million. Your documents cannot all of a sudden be ineligible.
Chair, if you
Because
can.
that, our worry is this. If all these documents were available, why were they not presented to the Auditor General for them to be brought to us to be doing an audit when all these things could have been done in the 3 months that the auditors were there? That's why we started this meeting by asking you about your audit committee and your internal arrangements. Now we are forced to do an audit. But your officer says she can't read her document. Now, what do we do?
So, Chair, I can't even see the person talking, but maybe she's somewhere.
Yeah, please, since you have, maybe you can just move closer so that the Hansard people can be able to record you.
Where is she?
Office, I think I've been asked by the Hansard team that you reintroduce yourself, because we'll be doing a verbatim report. Just reintroduce yourself.
Evelyn Kesa, Chief Officer for Public Service Management, Administration and ICT.
Okay, you can proceed now.
On page 8.
Of which document?
Of the documents that you have been referring to. 3